Goes for a great 2-on-1, gets a reverse Kimura and goes right to a sumigashi. Now it's a battle of who's gonna get to their knees first. Just like a good Saturday night. Hello, happy Sunday. It does take time to make these videos, so if you've watched more than one, go ahead and subscribe. Today I'm rolling with Maddie. Maddie is a blue belt, upwards of 200 pounds, 6'4", 6'3", something, just a little bigger than me. Goes for a great 2-on-1, gets a reverse Kimura and goes right to a sumigashi. Now it's a battle of who's gonna get to their knees first. Just like a good Saturday night. He has an underhook here and he has a half guard position. He could have gone for a half guard sweep. I love doing this pressure pass. Let's take a moment to stop right here and have like a little learning moment. In jiu-jitsu, you can only have one thought at a time. And if your thought is thinking about what they're doing, you've already lost just a little bit of ground. So try to, you always want to pay attention to like what they're doing, but not be worried about it, be reacting to it, but primarily think about what you want to do. That way you can let your stuff, be realized. You see what I did there? All right, let's keep on going. I did create a pressure pass video giving you all the details about this move. If you want to learn more about it, definitely I'll leave a link in the description below. Here, I'm focused on two primary things: head pressure and getting that far side underhook. Here's a key tip for you. When trying to get to the mount from side control and you're sliding your knee over their stomach, there's a thing in jiu-jitsu called ballerina toes. This is a thing. This is going to help you both with butterfly guard and not getting stuck in half guard when you're taking the mount from side control. So do you see how my toes are pointed? The reason why my toes are pointed when windshield washering my leg over is so that they don't get caught between his legs. Because as you can see right here, he shoved my leg in between his in order to regain half guard. So that's an improvement in position from him because he just went for a second from being mounted to then regaining half guard, which is a guard. It's half of a guard, actually, to be, specific. The guard is half full. I caught on to this tip for you because upper belts have done this to me. Look at my toes. Do you see how my toes are touching in almost like a frog-like position? What Maddie is trying to do is he's trying to work different mount escapes. One mount escape being the ability to push up on their hips with a hip bump. That way they can get their knees in to regain guard. What I'm doing is I am being glued to him because I have a locked hamstring curl that is preventing him from getting any space to do that push-up position. So if people are just basically bench pressing you off of them, what you can do is hamstring curl and lock your legs in that hamstring curl position and keep your toes touched and keep at a high mount. That way they can't even swim in their legs to do another mount escape technique. I'll also leave my mounted triangle video below because what I'm doing here is exactly what I showed in that video, so you know all the details of how to make this happen. What I am going to share with you now that I didn't share in that video is this right here. I'm getting hot. You guys ever get hot talking about jiu-jitsu? Okay, I'm gonna take off the sweater. You know what they say about the camera adding like 10 pounds? I'm not mad about it. Let's get back to it. From mount, I transition to knee on belly, get a far side Kimura grip, and spin around. From here, I try to take the back, but he blocks it. So I get a triangle on his I have his arm and head in a triangle, and I love attacking extremities from the triangle position. You can do this in any orientation. So from here, I'm trying to finish a belly down arm bar. Yep, and finish it. So that was a belly down arm bar with a triangle. That Kimura grip that you just saw, I did a whole video on game from that grip. So I'll leave the link below. That way, if you're interested, you can see it. Right now, Maddie has me in a front headlock. Anytime that they have head and arm control and they have their weight on top of you, it's not a great position to be in. So I use this move right here to regain guard. So basically you can put a butterfly hook in and pop your head out. Here he does a great guard pass, and I grab a single leg. And this first round is over. We started a bit late, but I asked him to do a second round, so we have another round coming up. Maddie is doing a great job. So what he's going for right now is he's going for a Russian tie. So he's using his body weight on my shoulder to break me down, which is super effective. From here, I see an outside trip. And I have us get back into frame. So from open guard, he's trying to get some butterfly hooks. I am working on controlling his legs by putting downward knee pressure. This is a half guard safety position with I'm working on getting a reverse overhook, and now we have some people they just love to get right in the frame. So from here, he's trying to go for deep half guard, and this is the deep half guard sweep I was talking about before. So he got it this time, which is great. Now he is traveling around to north-south, and I re-guard, and now I am going for a triangle. And he's doing a very good job of defending. Oh, see how I have my leg over there? I'm actually going for a combination of a corkscrew armbar and a triangle, and he's doing a very good job of trying to keep his posture up. Right now I have a reverse Kimura and going into an arm drag to a back take, but that was our class move to begin with. So right now I have butterfly guard, and he's working to pass my butterfly guard by getting my heels up to my butt. That's essential for passing butterfly. And now he is working his way up to pass my guard. He's doing a great job of posting his hand down. That way I can't sneak my knee in. That is so key when you pass guard. So I have a single leg, and I'm working to drive through to get a double as he is trying to sweep me. And I jump across one of his legs, and I was trying to keep that hook. So that allows me to get to a side control position. He has an underhook, so that allows him to work his side control escapes, that underhook is essential for escaping. If you can beat them to the underhook, you have 50%. You have 50% of the escape. And so I ask him to come forward a little bit. That way we can get a better frame for you guys. So he starts in a butterfly guard, and from here, I post above his head because there is a hip switch motion that you can do if you get high up in order to pass butterfly. Yeah, he gets basically like a partial X guard and goes right for a heel hook. So he gets a heel hook. Personally, for me, I tap quickly to heel hooks because I don't want to risk. If I can't get my heel down, I'd rather live to fight another day. It is essential for stand-up game to get good grips. Right now I am fighting for a pull position, but he doesn't let me have it, so I settle for a collar tie with my right arm and an overhook, and I drive into him. That way it sets up a takedown. One key thing, especially when you're trying to take down bigger dudes, is to set it up. Anytime that I've ever tried to rush through it or get it done quickly, it hasn't worked out because the setup is such a key thing. I want him to drive into me. That way when I take that step back and go for that lateral drop, he's already giving me that force. There's no way I can pull a big dude. Like he has to be doing the work, and in order to get them to do the work, that's where your setup comes in.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. Put some bins all on your head like Jason Terry. Richard Millie cuss a Lambo. Known to keep the better on commando. Every time I'm in my trap, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real. She said, oh, you rich. Graduated, call me Big Fish. I got Lori Hurry on my wish list. Still going bad.
This next technique is called the walk around series. It's when you get a Kimura grip and then you transition to north-south. And from north-south, there's a variety of things you can do. You can do an arm bar, you can do a back take. I have this all in my Kimura video that I'll link below. But from here, there's a back take, and then from here I'm trying to go for an arm bar, and he knows this, so he's doing a very good job of controlling my legs and stacking me. And this is such a great improvement for Maddie. If you saw me rolling with him, I don't know, maybe like a year ago, that it would have been easy. It would have been easy to submit him, and that's pretty much what jiu-jitsu is about, it, especially at white belt, is to focus on getting submitted less and not be as easy to, to submit. That is the end of our rounds. Maddie, if you watch the videos, you're doing so good to be able to nail a takedown, and your defense has gotten great. That was an amazing sweep from the bottom of half guard, especially when you kind of bailed on it the first time and you were responding to my attack, and then the second time around you nailed the sweep from the bottom of half guard. So that's, fist bump. But all right, so thank you so much for watching. It was great spending time with you. Go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know if you're working on something, or if what moment you enjoyed about the video. I'm thinking about maybe doing more a separate, maybe in the podcast section, doing a Q&A and more talking videos, maybe getting people to speak with, people to talk besides me. So let me know if any of that interests you, because yeah, it would be fun. All right, so until next time.